Ambassador Elena Vasquez adjusted her ceremonial robes one last time as the diplomatic shuttle descended toward Kepler 442b. The pristine white fabric, adorned with Earth's olive branch insignia, felt heavier than usual against her shoulders. Behind her, the delegation of 12 humans carried gifts from every nation: artwork, music, literature, and most importantly, the Universal Peace Accord, humanity's greatest achievement in interstellar diplomacy. First contact with the Zephyrians, she whispered to herself, watching the alien world's purple oceans and silver continents grow larger through the viewport. A peaceful species, according to all intelligence reports. Advanced, civilized, eager for cultural exchange. The Zephyrian capital city sprawled beneath them like a crystal garden, with towering spires that seemed to sing in harmonic frequencies. Their hosts had prepared a grand reception. Thousands of the tall, ethereal beings with their translucent skin and luminous eyes gathered in formation around the landing platform. Everything appeared perfect for humanity's peaceful first contact. Dr. Marcus Chen, the mission's xenobiologist, peered over Elena's shoulder. Their biosignatures are fascinating. No aggressive pheromones, cortisol levels minimal. They truly appear to be as peaceful as advertised. Elena smiled. After centuries of preparing for hostile first contact scenarios, finding a genuinely peaceful alien civilization felt like winning the cosmic lottery. The shuttle touched down with barely a whisper, and the human delegation stepped out to thunderous alien music, if the harmonious crystal chiming could be called music. The Zephyrian Prime Minister, a being called Lyrillith, approached with flowing movements that resembled a dance. When it spoke, its voice resonated with the beauty of wind chimes. Welcome, humans of Earth. We have waited long for this moment of unity between our peoples. As have we, Elena replied, bowing deeply. We come bearing gifts and hopes for lasting friendship between our species. The ceremony proceeded flawlessly. Humans and Zephyrians exchanged cultural artifacts, shared meals, and even attempted to learn each other's languages. The Zephyrians presented crystalline art forms that shifted color with emotion, while humans demonstrated everything from classical music to breakdancing. Laughter, or its alien equivalent, filled the air. For 3 days it was perfect. On the 4th morning, everything changed. Elena awoke to the sound of screaming. Not human screaming, but something far more terrible. The harmonic crystals throughout the Zephyrian city had turned from soft blues and greens to violent reds and blacks. Through her quarters window, she watched in horror as Zephyrian civilians fled through the streets. Ambassador! Dr. Chen burst through her door, his face pale. You need to see this. Now. They rushed to the communications center where Lieutenant Sarah Morgan, their military liaison, was frantically working the controls. Ma'am, we're receiving signals from beyond the system. Multiple ships, massive energy signatures, and they're not Zephyrian. The holographic display showed space around Kepler 442b filling with angular predatory vessels. Even from a distance, their design screamed aggression, all sharp edges and weapon ports. The hegemony. Lyrillith's voice had lost its musical quality, replaced by something Elena had never heard before. Desperation. They have found us. Elena turned to face their host. What hegemony? You never mentioned... Because we hoped they never would find our refuge, Lyrillith interrupted, its translucent skin now pulsing with distressed patterns. The Chronac hegemony conquers worlds, enslaves peaceful species. We fled here centuries ago, but somehow... The first bombardment struck the outer city districts. Through the crystal windows, Elena watched pillars of fire reach toward the sky. Your ship, Lyrillith said urgently. You must leave. Take word back to your people. Warn them. We're not leaving, Elena said firmly. We came for peace, but we won't abandon friends to slaughter. Lieutenant Morgan stepped forward. Ma'am, with respect, we're a diplomatic mission. 12 humans against what looks like an invasion fleet. Exactly 12 humans, Elena cut her off. Do you know what humans do when backed into a corner, Lieutenant? When everything we believe in is threatened, Morgan's expression hardened. We fight, ma'am. Dr. Chen, Elena commanded, get me everything you can about Zephyrian technology. Military applications, defensive capabilities, anything. But they're a peaceful species. Every species has defensive capabilities. They just might not know how to use them. The next 6 hours transformed the Zephyrian capital. While Elena coordinated with Lyrolith to organize civilian evacuations, Morgan and the human security team taught crash courses in guerrilla warfare. Dr. Chen worked with Zephyrian scientists to weaponize their harmonic crystals, discovering they could generate devastating sonic frequencies when properly calibrated. The Kronak ground forces landed expecting easy conquest. They found something else entirely. Humans had done what humans do best, they adapted. Elena's diplomatic team became a command center. Morgan's 2 security officers trained hundreds of Zephyrians in urban combat. Dr. Chen's crystalline weapons turned peaceful city infrastructure into a network of defensive positions. But it was the human element that truly changed everything. When Kronak shock troops advanced through the Crystal Gardens, they met not cowering civilians but coordinated resistance. Elena herself led one of the defensive positions, her ceremonial robes torn and stained, wielding a crystal resonator like an ancient warrior queen. For every Zephyrian they harm, she broadcasted across all frequencies. For every peaceful world they've conquered, we make them pay double. The siege lasted 72 hours. When Kronak reinforcements finally retreated, they left behind 40% of their invasion force. The crystal spires of the Zephyrian capital still stood, now glowing with patterns none had seen before: pride, determination, and something new to their peaceful culture: the knowledge that sometimes peace must be fought for. Elena stood among the ruins of what had been a reception hall, now a command bunker. Lyrolith approached, its movements no longer the flowing dance of before, but something more purposeful, more determined. Your people, it said, they came for peace. And we found it, Elena replied, surveying the aftermath. Sometimes peace isn't about avoiding war. Sometimes it's about making sure the right side wins. Dr. Chen looked up from his communications array. Ambassador, we're getting signals from Earth Fleet. They received our transmissions. Admiral Harrison is en route with a full diplomatic protection squadron. Elena smiled grimly. Tell the Admiral his diplomatic mission might need bigger guns. As the first human warships appeared in the system's outer reaches, Elena realized their mission had succeeded beyond their wildest expectations. They had come to make friends with a peaceful species. Instead, they had taught peace how to defend itself. The Kronak hegemony would learn, as many others would in the centuries to come, that humans didn't just explore the galaxy looking for friends. They made sure those friends stayed free, and sometimes that required a different kind of diplomacy entirely.